Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are having a great time. And to the new subscribers, as always, thank you so much for your continuous support. If you have missed the first part of this edition, which is called Trusting Your Instincts, please do check out the previous video. It will make sense when you connect it with the content that I'm about to share with you on this edition, which is Trusting Your Instincts Part 2. In the previous video, I shared with you on how you have to prepare and develop habits and attitudes that will unblock and deepen the channels between your conscious and your conscious mind in order to let your intuitive senses flow. Now, to summarize all of that, the fourth method of tapping into your intuitive senses is to learn the secret of creative relaxation. In order for you to hear your instincts, tension must be at a minimum, meaning there has to be less disruptions. It seems to me that we all need a moment or a period where we just go silent, and lay aside all our anxieties, our worries, and just be still. It is imperative, therefore, to note that your unconscious is crammed with all the knowledge you have ever needed. It is timeless and it does not forget. There is no doubt, therefore, that if you consciously seek the best, your intuitive senses will act as a tonic for your mind and heart, and it will remove the tension that stifles the creative unconscious. Also, be mindful that your unconscious mind takes signals from your conscious mind quite literally. In essence, if your conscious thoughts are positive, then the responses of your unconscious mind will send positive responses. Again, the Bible summarizes it quite nicely. It says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so he is." Now, something that is noteworthy is that each one of us has in their intuitive senses instincts past all imagination. Sometimes you may delude yourself thinking you can't even listen to your instincts because of whatever reasons. Others will simply not know that instincts are like a GPS of life. However, when you are mindful and willing to be honest with yourself, the great creative forces of the universe will come to your rescue. There are basic human instincts that you have to know of. The first being the survival instinct, also known as the self-preservation instinct. This is what we call the fight or flight response. Then we have the killer instincts, the territorial instincts, the sexual instincts, the reproduction instincts, tribal instincts, and social instincts. All these genetically hardwired behaviors help us to cope with vital environmental contingencies. Say, for example, you hear a loud bang or you see a snake, basically. You jump up because something frightened you. It means your self-preservation instincts kicked in to preserve your life. From all the information that I've shared with you so far, it is evident that we possess many other instincts that help us to cope and to be adaptive to whatever circumstances we may be facing. The more you can tune in into your intuition, the better off you will be. I strongly believe that's how God speaks to us, through our intuitive senses. Also, the more you listen to your inner wisdom, the noise coming from your brain will seem less important. You know why? Because inner wisdom is stillness itself. So it calms all anxieties. If you feel like you've been out of tune with the flow of life, rather trust that feeling and know that wisdom is far, far greater and stronger than fear. Whereas fear gladly forces itself upon you, wisdom will do nothing of that kind. Suffice to say, whenever you find yourself having to act because of forced emotions, those emotions are not coming from a safe place. As such, you might have to reconsider your decision and just pause and be still. Know that each time you choose wisdom as your advisor, you come closer to making the right choices in your life. How then do we follow our inner instincts? Think of a challenging circumstances or difficult decision you happen to be facing right now. Something that has been keeping you up all night. With that situation in mind, write down the first answer that comes up when you ask yourself a question. Just make sure that you don't overthink the answer. In fact, don't think about the answer at all. Just blurt it out. With regard to the difficult situation, ask yourself the following questions. What would calm do now? Meaning that, what would stillness do in your situation? The second question to ask is, what would peace do in your situation? Ask yourself, if you were to approach things in a peaceful manner, what would happen really? As strange as these questions may sound, really, personally, I've learned that the more often you ask yourself these strange questions, the more open you become to the gentle energy of your own inner wisdom. What this gentle energy does to the body, it eases all tensions, the stress levels. They become subdued, not in a depressing way, but in a more calm way. And it also accords you clarity of mind and control over your own thought process. Ultimately, this practice of trusting your instincts will enable you to make less mistakes. So, in future, if you're wondering whether a choice that you're about to make is wise or not, don't set your mind for a rational argument. Rather tap into your intuitive senses. Thank you so much. I hope this information is informative and empowering. Until next time, don't forget to switch on your notification bell. And don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe too. If you have questions for me, leave them on the comment section and I will engage with you definitely. Thank you so much and take care and stay blessed.